Hey guys, Chip from Expandapan here with you. This is not really trapping related, this video, but it's something that Bailey and I have been working on a bunch. Actually, we got about 43 or 44 hours, something in this project. I've always loved to quail hunt since I've been a little boy, and I kind of passed that on to my sons, and we really enjoy the bird dogs and that. One thing that's missing when you buy these birds, we don't have any wild birds anymore, the habitat's just gone, but the next best thing, it's not wild bird hunting, but the next best thing is these pen release birds. So we buy them and we can put them out, we can use our dogs to go point them and flush them and shoot them. The birds have gotten pretty expensive now, so the problem is when you put them out, if they're, say a bird's $5 a piece and you leave 5 of them out there, golly, you just lost $25. So I've done a little research and I found what many people call a Johnny house is technically a recall pen, and so that's what we got right here. And this is Belle, our old bird dog. What are you doing, Belle? She's kind of a shop dog / old bird dog. This is a recall pen right here. So what happens? We're going to cover this whole thing real quick. This is the Johnny house part of it, where the birds actually are in. What this does is complete enclosure with no windows on the bottom, but we do have ledges all the way around, so the birds are going to naturally fly up. What that's going to do every single day, they're going to fly up. That gets them into the habit of using their muscles and getting on their wings and flying straight up. What that's going to result in after days and days of doing this, when you have a flush and a covey rise, the birds are going to get straight up, which is a lot more safe when you've got a dog out there. You want that bird to get up and go, much like a wild bird would do. A lot of these tame birds will just take off and fly real low. It's a really dangerous thing if you got a low dog right behind it. So you want them to jump. So the Johnny house is actually training them to jump up, and then of course on the ledges. We're going to end up back here. I'll explain what that apparatus is. The cool part is I've got 2 compartments here. This is the recall part. So I can put these birds out, and I can leave a couple of birds in this compartment right here, and they'll recall the others. So I'll give you a little bird's eye view of what's, no pun intended, of what this looks like. And we've actually got 2 doors right here. What the camera is looking at right now is actually what we call the funnel. That's where the birds will enter into, I don't know if you can see my hand here, but they'll enter through that funnel, and we'll have 1 or 2, 3 recall birds in here. These birds will call the other ones back. Notice they expanded on the outside, so the birds have been released. If we didn't shoot them, they can come. They got a visual on the birds that are left inside the recall compartment. We just put doors right here so it's easy to get in and clean them out. We have to do any maintenance right here. This door I don't anticipate being used a lot. But we did have it here just so we could use it. Now, in the evening, say we've got some birds out and they've already recalled. We want to be able to let them back into this compartment. The camera can come right here. Well, you want to be on YouTube, don't you? If I just reach up here to this lever. If you see what I've got right up here at my hands, I've got a trap door that slides, and that's going to allow the birds back into the Johnny house part. It's up on a cable through a couple of D-rings, and I made this little handle here. We made every single part here. I don't think we bought a thing besides steel and bolt and a piece of cable. Everything else we manufactured, made right here. So I've got my birds recalled. I want to let them back in the pen. I can raise this up as desired with the lever. I know it's dark in there and everything's painted black, but the birds, I can literally flush it with my hand right back here, let the trap door back down with one hand. Flip this back up, birds can't get in, we're done for the day then. Same thing on this side. You notice the chains right here. Chains have a dual function. If I need to move the whole entire house up a footprint, if we start getting a lot of litter or whatever, I can just hook a 4-wheeler, hook the chains in there, tie a rope in there, whatever. Also, if you're in an area like the Midwest, Kansas or so, that's extremely windy, you can pull these chains out straight and you can drive a stake right here, and you can have it where this thing is really heavy, so it's probably not going to tip over anyway. While we're at the back here, I'm going to talk about the feed and water system here in just a second. We've got a gutter system here. I actually built that gutter system. It's lined with silicone, so there's no leaks in my welds here. I didn't have to weld it solid, but I did line the inside with silicone so we can catch any dew or rainwater off here. And we're actually, if you'll notice, the gutter sticks out about 2 inches, actually on an angle right here, with a small hole in the bottom of it right there. So what we can do, if we want to collect this and use for our watering later on, I've been a little bit advised against that, but something about the natural rainwater is not as good. But I don't know. We'll explore that as we go on. But if nothing else, I can have a 5-gallon bucket here and catch it, and we got something we can wash our hands with or whatever. So we got a way to collect water just naturally right there. Coming back around on this side, I've got another funnel right here, another recall funnel. Same thing, the birds will be able to see through the expanded metal, see the recall birds that are left in here. This is a neat little trap door, kind of cluttered up in the shop right now. What this door is going to do, this is going to be in the main compartment of the house. I'm going to leave this open so we can see a little bit better when we look inside the house. But if I needed to catch birds out of this to put in a transport cage for whatever reason, this should fold back almost flat. I can slide this transport cage right up there. Now I can flush birds from the main part of the Johnny house back into the transport cage. If you notice also, all of our doors are picture framed on the inside. I can show you that probably better without bearing away. On the front door right here. While we're on the front side of this, when I'm getting ready to release my birds, I simply undo my locks right here. Super easy to do. And most of my birds are anticipating to be on the shelf right here. I can drop that down and let them fly. No more having to go plant them, especially if I'm just want to release 6 or 7 birds just to work dogs one afternoon. Drop this down, flush them out. When I get out what I want, I can close that front door. It's just as simple as that. If I need to get in Johnny house, I've got a big door here. This is where I started to show you a second ago. Don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick this up. We got a light on, but everything is flanged here. Top, bottom, side, everything's flanged. So when these doors shut, they shut tight. So it makes basically a weatherproof seal, not necessarily weatherproof seal, but basically where you don't want a snake to be able to come in through here. He's going to have to turn too much for that to happen. So on the inside, just kind of take them on inside, stick your camera in there. You'll notice on the floor of this thing is raised up. That's 2 inches off the ground. Is what that is. There is our little catch door back there in the back. So if I wanted to run some birds back into a transport cage, I can. Never have to touch them, never have to catch them, but just to move them in there to transport. You can see the shelf up top there. I started talking about the floor. It's really important. We built this thing on, we started with 2-inch tubing that we built it on, so that floor is raised up. Now if you look over here in this other corner, you'll see our feeder system. We built all that. That's just a piece of PVC pipe that's coming down to a feeder that we made on a machine right there. The birds will eat right there. I'm planning right now to put a water in the opposite corner, just a standard poultry water for the time being. And if we need to later on, we can utilize our water catch system, maybe with the nipple system that I see a lot of guys using there. And then finishing up back on this side to supply our feed bucket there. It's really important. You want to have as least contact with these birds as you can, but you still need to take care of them. I can take this off. This PVC is basically just on an angle, goes straight into the top of our feeder. I can dump my feed right here, and that's 4-inch PVC that's about 4 feet tall, so that'll hold a good little bit of feed right there. Okay, guys, I just want to show you. I'm real proud of it. We've been working really, really hard on it, and we actually had the idea of possibly selling these. We may be priced out. We got so much time and money in it, and I'm not exactly sure where our cost is. I know our hours are, somewhere 43, 44 hours in this thing right now, plus a steel. I have to figure that up and see. But if anybody's interested in this, they can give me a shout and we can talk about it. But like I said, I don't even have a price right now. But it's going to be really, really useful, I think. And I can't wait to get my birds in it. We got a big snow right now, so it may be a day or two before I can get this moved out in the field. But I'm going to have it in the field where I train and get my birds in it. What I've read and researched so far, the birds just need to be in there 3 or 4 or 5 days, and they'll kind of get acclimated that that's home, and then you can start releasing them and exercising your birds, letting them, putting a couple in the recall box and letting them call each other back. So, all right, that is our recall pen, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you a little further down the trap line.